you get some flowers?
Down.
Yeah.
Some flowers.
Oh yeah. Nice. Beef round steak. Peppers, cute little one.
Their beef oxtail is $3.99 a pound.
What the hell are we gonna do with the whole ass heart?
I'm gonna eat it. I'll make heart tacos. What you talking about?
We even got the beef tongue going on. We got our half of beef. So I'm gonna take inventory, we're gonna put it all away, and then we'll talk about it. Hey, I'm Felicia. If you're new here, I just want to chat about getting half a cow. And if you are in the Duluth or Superior area, then this will be helpful to you. RAW milk. We get from a local farm, also near Duluth. I'll put the name of the farm on the screen here. I can't think of the name right now. But I am making a matcha. Just want to chat for a second about the process we went through to make. The process that I went to get our half cow. If you missed my latest video, we just tried carnivore for a couple of weeks. That will be linked down below. We decided to go back to animal-based because I like honey. We like honey and avocados and berries. That's why we're going to animal-based. Yes, dude, I am talking. And I will get your milk in a little bit. Where was I? This is so good. I put a scoop of protein powder in there. Got that one off of Amazon. So, if you are in the Duluth or Superior area, I found a farm that sells local beef, and it was in the Superior area. It was about 2.5 hours away from our house. We live in Duluth, obviously. I went online. I actually found them on Facebook. I was doing some searching and I came across a post that says fill your freezer. And what got me was the price per pound was $2.99. I was like, squeeze me, $2.99 a pound of beef? Hell yeah. But the prices ended up being off. Once the farmer butchers it and whatnot, they get the hanging weight, which they take out all the guts and whatnot, and then they cut it up and hang it. Once they get the hanging weight, that's when they send it to the local meat locker. So it ended up being $3.25 per pound for hanging weight, which is still super awesome. And then the processing, to process the meat, to cut it up and get all the cuts that we want, it ended up being $1 per pound, roughly. It was roughly $4.25 a pound for all of the meat that we got, which right now in Costco, a thing of chuck roast, like the chuck roll from the meat department, if you ask for a box, it's around that price, which we thought was really great because we got a whole ton of cuts of meat. We got the organs, we got ground beef, we got everything for just around $1,500. So the hanging weight ended up being 351 pounds. The processing fee was about $380, 140 and $380. It came out to about $1,500, which when you break it down, that's roughly, if we were to eat, say, a pound of ground beef a day per person, me and my husband, and a little bit for the kids, that would come out to about 175 days. So we're estimating this meat to last us about 6 months. That really depends on whether or not we're gonna have 2 pounds of beef per day. But we are sticking to a meat-based diet. So that is very doable, is all I'm saying. What we did was we messaged the person on Facebook. His name was Brandon, I think. Nice guy. He told us what would happen, what the process was, and then he said, oh, well, I can have it ready at this time. Would you like to be on that order? We'll contact you when we start butchering the animal. And we were like, oh yeah, awesome, sounds good. And then they called us a few weeks later, said that, okay, we got the hanging weight, this is how much it's gonna be, and then we're gonna send it to the meat locker, and then they'll call you, and we want our money separate from the meat locker. And we're like, oh, okay, no problem, that's fine. And then the meat locker called like a week later and asked us what kind of cuts we wanted. We ended up getting a different range of cuts. We didn't really think about it. They just kind of sprouted out different cuts that they had, and then we were like, oh yeah, that sounds good, that sounds good, that sounds good. But I should have researched it more and then asked for more steaks, because they give us more chuck and arm roasts rather than steaks. But we can always just cut up the chuck roasts that they did give into more steaks if we wanted to. We got a little more roast than we wanted and ground beef, but that was inevitable with buying half of a cow. And then we were like, oh, give us the organ meats and the trimmings, the fat trimmings, and then like soup bones, like anything you want to give us, give it to us. So we ended up getting the heart, the liver, and the marrow bones, or soup bones, and the beef fat. We got the tongue also. Actually, my husband made it into tacos, and it was really good. We have the heart still in the freezer, and I think we're gonna make more tacos out of that. It was so good and tender and delicious, and my husband was obsessed. I actually took a nap that day, first nap I've had in like months and months since my daughter was born. But I was just so tired. Usually I read my book while I feed her to put her down for her nap, and then I ended up falling asleep. So he was like, oh my God, I've been going crazy just waiting for you to wake up so I could eat after you finish eating. It was really good. We made it into beef tacos. And then that was after we came off of carnivore. So he actually was like, no, we have to do the corn tortillas. We have to do it. And I was like, okay, we're gonna get fat again, but sure. I did gain like maybe 5 pounds back, but I feel great. I am at a healthy weight. I lost 10 pounds. I feel awesome. I just have to keep up with my workouts and not have too much honey and fruit with my animal-based, meat-based diet. So, getting off subject. So yeah, they ended up calling us saying that our meat is ready. And then we planned it for a day when my husband is off. He actually drove down with my daughter while my son, he was having a meltdown that day. Well, the rest of us stayed home. He drove 2.5 hours. He picked up the meat, and here we are. I'm gonna share with you what cuts we got. So we ended up getting 351 pounds of beef. I'm like really excited to have this much beef because we've never bought half a cow before. If you're still watching, thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content and just hanging out with me in general. We got 6 arm roasts. I don't know what it looks like yet. I haven't took it out of the package, but we got some arm roasts, 6 of them. We got 4 rib steaks. I have round steak, 8 of those. Sirloin, 4 of them. We got 6 things of liver. We got 15 pounds of beef fat in a bag that we're gonna make into tallow and then make our own, we make our own skincare, and we also make our own cooking oil. We don't buy oil anymore from the stores or anything. Well, I do buy avocado oil for our own mayonnaise, but I can always just make that out of tallow. I just haven't done it yet. We got 3 things of T-bone, and when I say 1 thing or 3 things, there is about 4 steaks in 1 pack. And they are thick too. They are a nice size. We just had some last night. Oh, it was so good. We don't really care for the ground beef lately, but we've been making them into burgers and it's so good. I really want to do like a chili or something, but I don't want to add the beans and whatnot or many seasonings, so debating on that. We got 8 things of soup bones, which it's not just the bone itself. You actually get a good chunk of meat with it. At least 1 pound of meat with the soup bone. We already made one into oxtail soup, which was so good. Oh, we also got 1 package of oxtail. I told my husband, oh, there's only 1 of these, and I go, it's only a half a cow. I thought it was funny because the other person who ordered the other half of the cow didn't want any of the organs or the oxtail. So we kind of scored. We got 3 things of sirloin. We got 2 rump roasts. We got a porterhouse. That package looks huge. I'll show it to you in a little bit. We got 2 things of short ribs. We got 2 big things of brisket. I think they were more than 5 pounds each. We got 1 oxtail, I said that already, 1 tongue, 1 heart. We got 8 things of chuck roast, and we got 43 things of ground beef.
Ooh, so strong.
Down into the creepy basement we go.
I felt like I was at a drug deal. I had fucking a bunch of 20s. We're both just sitting here counting 20s together. It took us like 5 minutes. Passing out the change, yeah.
How much is this freezer? 50 bucks?
Yeah, 50.
So I asked for them to put it in a 2-pound pack because we usually do 2 pounds of ground beef at a time. If not, that would have been 80 something individual little 1 pound ground beef packs, and we didn't want that many just filling up the freezer space. So we told them to put it in 2 pounds, which came out to 43 of them. So all in all, this is going to be more than 100 meals. I'm very happy with what we got. I'm excited to make different meals with it and see what I can come up with and be creative with just meat, because we do want to stick to just meat meals still. With the addition of some avocado, some tomatoes. I like to do a caprese medley with some basil, feta, and tomatoes. I really like that with balsamic vinegar. Just super simple meals that is going to fill you up and satisfy you and not make you feel like shit. I will leave the name of the farm and the meat locker, and if you're in Superior Duluth, definitely look them up. I am very happy with the beef that we got. I'm definitely happy with it. I'm gonna take something out for dinner now. I don't know what we're gonna have. If you have any suggestions for what I should make for dinner, please leave them down below. I would love to have more ideas for meals, you know, carnivore meals or animal-based meals, not stuff with processed junk or noodles or whatever. We do have noodles in our pantry, but we're not gonna use them. Along with tons of beans. Okay, my camera is about to die. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope this was helpful. Stick around and subscribe if you want to be a part of the Sablan family. I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Yay.
Yeah.
Such a good feeling.
Daddy.
Get out of here in your undies and boots.